Okay, so welcome. This is my attempt at a video tutorial as showing how to theme the Sansa E200. And this only works for the Sansa E200 series, not the E200R series. So do not try to do this if you have the E200R series. So what I'm going to assume before we get started is that you have the H3mod program, as well as the correct reference file for E200. And this, you also have the theme, the image pack of the theme that you want to apply to your Sansa. You should also have your Sansa plugged into the computer in MSC mode. Alright, so I'm going to show you what your H3mod should look like, what the directory should look like for H3mod. And what it should look like is you have all the main things, and the Sansa E200 reference file should be in the same directory as the H3mod. So when you download them, they're going to be separate downloads, but when you download them, just drag and drop the Sansa E200 reference into your H3mod directory. So now that we have that set up, we're going to also show you should have the original firmware for your Sansa downloaded. I have both the original firmware with text included, and this is so that the textless firmware, there's some themes that require a textless firmware. You can find both of these on anythingbutipod.com. So you want to have the Sansa original firmware. I'll show you how you use that once we get into H3mod. So I'll open it up. See if this works. Okay, I already have textless. Last time I was using it, I was using textless firmware, so it doesn't recognize it all that well. So I'll start it up with, what we're going to do is, the way you start off by theming is when you open H3mod, you load the original firmware into it, the Sansa original firmware for your specific player. Mine is in, I believe, no, it's 1.02.15 American version. So there's different firmwares for different versions of firmware. I think it goes up into 1.02.5. So you have to make sure that you get the correct firmware. And so this is the correct one for my player, 102.15a. And when you load that in by going to firmware and load, now is when you're ready to apply the theme that you downloaded from the internet that you want to put on your Sansa. So what you'll do is you go to theme and import images, and the theme I want to do is right here, and it's got an image pack. You can only do this if it has an image pack. So there's other ways to apply it, but the way I'm showing you now is through having an image pack. So I'm going to open the image pack in H3mod with the original firmware. Okay, so it says 83 images have been successfully loaded. That means it's working. And now you can see that for each screen that it circles through, it has a new one, and that's exactly what I want. Alright, so what you're going to do once you've gotten to this step is you go to theme, export images. I'm sorry. You're going to save as. And what is essential to do this is very essential. You have to save it as pp5022.mi4. And that's essential, or it will ruin your player. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder for my new theme. It's going to be called Paint Splatter Theme. I'm going to save it as pp5022 mi4. It has to be named that. Okay, so now that we've created the file that we're going to then transfer to our E200, let's open up the E200. I have E270, and what you want to do is get it. This is what it's going to look like in MSC mode. And so here, you grab the .mi4 file you just created in H3mod, and all you got to do is drag and drop it right into your directory for the E270, and that's all there is to it. So, there's a disclaimer. If I'm not guaranteeing that this will work for your player, so anything that happens to your player is not my responsibility. But if you use this as well as some other information on the internet, you should be able to easily learn how to theme your Sansa E200. So thank you, and I hope this helps. Bye.